KFC is a very big restaurant chain in China, with over 11,600 stores. It has more than double the number of restaurants there than in its home country, America. This is a surprising fact for many people. In the United States, KFC is often seen as a quick, inexpensive meal. But in China, it is much more important. It has become a significant cultural icon. Families go to KFC for special meals, children celebrate birthdays, and it is a popular place for friends to meet. It represents a piece of modern life in China. How did this American chicken brand become so successful in a country with such rich and ancient food traditions? This book will explain its amazing journey to dominance. We will explore 4 main reasons for KFC's remarkable success in China. The first reason is that KFC gained a strong advantage by arriving very early. It was one of the first Western food companies to enter China. The second reason is that KFC showed radical change for China. It carefully adapted its menu and the entire restaurant experience for Chinese tastes and culture. The third reason is a unique business model it used to grow quickly and keep quality high. The fourth reason is how KFC used advanced technology like powerful mobile apps and artificial intelligence to reach and serve millions of customers across the country. 2. A new door opens. In the mid-1980s, China was a very different country. For many decades, it had been closed off from much of the Western world. Under Mao Zedong's rule, there was almost no contact with Western businesses, and foreign brands were looked at with deep doubt. But this was about to change. A new leader, Deng Xiaoping, began a big change with his policy called Reform and Opening Up. This new plan started to slowly open China's doors. In 1978, farmers got more freedom in their work. Then, special economic zones were created in cities like Shenzhen. Here, foreign companies were actively asked to invest. These first steps were very successful. By the mid-1980s, China's leaders were ready to open their consumer market more widely to Western companies and their products. This timing was truly perfect for an ambitious American brand to enter. In 1987, China was a nation of 1 billion people. They had almost no experience with international fast food, big retail chains, or many Western consumer brands. This created an extraordinary window of opportunity for the very first Western company brave enough to take this leap. However, there were also big challenges. Chinese people did not have a clear idea of what fast food was. Eating with hands, quick service, and standardized restaurant experiences were all new. Many wondered if Chinese consumers would embrace American food, given their own rich history of cooking for thousands of years. But Western companies, especially American ones, also stood for something important. They were seen as symbols of modernity, technological advancement, and prosperity. These were all things China's leaders wanted to achieve for their country. Also, city workers in major places like Beijing and Shanghai began to earn more money. They now had extra cash to spend on new things. This emerging group of customers was very curious about the outside world and willing to try new experiences, including foreign food. The Chinese government was also actively signaling its strong support for foreign investment. They welcomed Western brands. This unique mix of a massive untapped market, clear government support, growing customer spending power, and people's deep curiosity made a truly great moment. It was a big challenge, but the possible reward for the company bold enough to be first was even bigger. 3. The first restaurant. In November of 1987, something new came to Beijing. The first Kentucky Fried Chicken restaurant opened near Tiananmen Square. It was a very big place, unlike anything Chinese people had seen. It had 3 floors and space for 500 customers, with over 150 staff members. This grand opening marked a new time. The event was huge. Long lines of curious people waited outside for months. Some waited hours just to taste the famous chicken. Chinese news showed the opening as a big step for China's opening to the world. The restaurant became a popular place for families and tourists who came from far away to see this part of American culture. KFC had a great advantage: chicken. In China, chicken is a beloved food. People eat it for celebrations, holidays, and family meals. It means good luck and family happiness. Beef was not as popular in traditional Chinese cooking. So, KFC's main food, fried chicken, was a natural fit for Chinese tastes and customs. Another big reason for KFC's success was Colonel Sanders himself. The founder, with his white hair and friendly face, looked like a kind old man. Chinese customers quickly called him KFC Grandpa. In Chinese culture, old people are highly respected and represent wisdom and family warmth. This made Colonel Sanders a trusted and appealing symbol for KFC, connecting with people in a special way. Other mascots did not have this same connection. Being the very first major Western fast food restaurant in China gave KFC a strong head start. While other international brands were still thinking about entering, KFC was already there. It was learning, growing, and building important relationships. By the time competitors like McDonald's arrived years later, KFC was already well known and loved. This first-mover advantage, combined with good operations, made KFC very strong in the Chinese market. 4. A Chinese menu. KFC understood that to succeed in China, it could not simply offer its American menu. The company made big changes. This strategy was called radical localization. It meant changing not only the food, but also the entire dining experience to fit Chinese culture and tastes. KFC China is always creating new dishes. Each year, it introduces around 180 new products. This is many more than KFC does in America. The company has special teams in China that work on new recipes. They carefully study local flavors, popular dishes, and how people eat during different seasons. This helps them make food that truly appeals to Chinese customers. For example, for breakfast, KFC China offers different kinds of rice porridge, known as congee. Customers can choose flavors like chicken and mushroom or beef and egg. Congee is a common and comforting breakfast food in China. For dessert, KFC serves Portuguese egg tarts, which have become a very popular sweet treat and one of its best-selling items. These items are very different from a typical American KFC menu. KFC also created unique foods like the Dragon Twister. This popular item is a wrap. It has chicken inside, but it also includes special Chinese ingredients. It uses flavors like Peking duck sauce and fresh vegetables. The Dragon Twister tastes familiar to Chinese people, but it still feels like a KFC product. This clever mix of local and Western styles made it a great success. Beyond the menu, KFC also changed the experience of eating in its restaurants. In many Western countries, fast food is about quick service and eating on the go. But in China, KFC stores became places where families could gather for special times. They were clean, safe, and friendly. This was important because Chinese consumers cared a lot about food safety and a pleasant dining environment. KFC's focus was on being a reliable and trusted place. It offered an experience that was more like a family restaurant than a quick stop. Staff were trained to offer good hospitality. They made sure tables were cleared quickly and that customers felt welcome to stay and enjoy their meal. By offering a clean, family-friendly space and a menu made for local tastes, KFC truly became a part of Chinese life, offering special meals for many people. 5. A different way to grow. KFC in China chose a special way to grow its business. In many countries, like America, most KFC restaurants are franchises. This means other people or companies pay KFC to use its name and sell its food. These people own and run the stores themselves. But in China, KFC decided to do things differently. Most KFC stores in China are owned directly by the company, not by separate franchisees. This decision was very important for KFC's success. It meant KFC had strong control over every store. They could make sure the food was always good and the service was always the same in all their restaurants. This helped build trust with Chinese customers, who cared a lot about food quality and cleanliness. This way of working also helped KFC grow very fast. When the company owns the stores, it can decide to open new ones quickly. It does not need to wait for other business partners to agree or find money. For example, Yum China, the company that runs KFC in China, opened many new stores in a single year, bringing the total number to over 11,000 across the country. This speed helped KFC become very big, very quickly, reaching cities and towns that other brands had not yet entered. In 2016, something big happened. KFC China became its own separate company called Yum China. Before this, it was part of the main KFC company in America. But after 2016, Yum China could make all its own decisions just for the Chinese market. This was a smart move. It meant the company could act fast. If Chinese customers wanted new food, Yum China could add it to the menu in all stores quickly. If they needed new technology, they could put it in place fast. This system also helped KFC to learn a lot about its customers. By owning the stores, the company had direct information from every restaurant. They knew what people liked to eat, when they liked to visit, and what prices they preferred. This helped them offer the right food at the right time. They also built their own system for getting food to stores. This meant they could get fresh ingredients to thousands of restaurants, even in smaller cities, keeping costs low and quality high. This special way of growing helped KFC become the big success it is in China today. 6. The KFC app. KFC in China is not just a food company. Many people see it as a technology company that also sells chicken. It uses digital ideas more than other restaurants around the world. The most important part of this is the KFC Super App. Over 430 million people have signed up for this app. This number is bigger than the total number of people in the United States. This huge number of users gives KFC China a lot of information. They learn how customers buy food and what they like. The app helps KFC give special offers to each person. When someone opens the app, they see food suggestions and deals made just for them. These offers are based on what they bought before. The app also has fun games. People get points for buying food and rewards for checking in. They can also share things on social media. This makes more people want to use the app, like how many people play games on their phones in China. KFC also uses smart computer systems, called AI. These systems help with many tasks. For example, AI manages food supplies. It orders ingredients automatically. It uses information like the weather, local events, and past sales to guess how much food is needed. This means less food is wasted, and there is always enough food for customers. The AI also helps staff in restaurants. It tells them the best time to cook food and serve customers. Customers also use AI when ordering. The app suggests food combinations they might like. For people who order often, the app can even guess what they want to order again. This makes buying food very quick and easy. Delivery is also a big part of KFC's success. It became very important during the time of the COVID-19 pandemic, when people could not eat in restaurants. In 2024, delivery sales went up by 14%. Now, about 45% of all KFC sales come from delivery. KFC built its own delivery system over many years. This gives it an advantage over other restaurants that use other companies for delivery. KFC makes it easy for customers to order and pay. It does not just use its own app. Customers can use other popular apps like WeChat and Alipay. This means customers can order KFC food on almost any digital platform they like. This makes ordering very simple and convenient for everyone in China. This strong digital system helps KFC understand new food trends. It can find good places for new restaurants and change prices. It does all this by looking at how customers behave. This gives KFC a big lead over its competitors. 7. New problems for KFC. KFC in China has faced new difficulties after many years of success. One big problem is the slower economy. Many young people cannot find jobs, and this makes customers more careful with their money. People want to buy things that are cheaper now. This means KFC has to work harder to offer good value for money. Also, other fast food companies are trying to take KFC's customers. McDonald's is now working much better in China. They have learned from KFC and are changing their menu for Chinese tastes. Popeyes, another chicken restaurant, also plans to open many new stores. They want to open 1,700 new restaurants in China in the next 10 years. These companies are making the market very competitive. Local Chinese restaurants are also growing strong. There are many new Chinese chains like Lao Shangji. They offer Chinese food that people love, and they have modern stores. They are a popular choice for many Chinese families. KFC also remembers past troubles. Some years ago, in 2012 and 2014, there were big problems with food safety. News came out about suppliers using bad meat. This made many customers stop buying from KFC. Sales went down a lot. KFC had to change its suppliers and make food safety better. Even though they fixed these problems, people still remember. These events showed how quickly people can lose trust in a brand. Sometimes politics also create problems. When there are disagreements between countries, some Chinese people might not want to buy from American brands. These boycotts can hurt sales for a short time. Finally, it is harder for KFC to open new stores in big cities. Most good places are already taken. Now KFC has to look at smaller cities and towns. In these places, people might not have as much money, and it can be more difficult to run a restaurant. These new challenges mean KFC must keep working hard to stay successful in China. 8. What happens next? KFC's big success in China comes from 4 main ideas. First, it arrived early when China was just opening its doors to the world. This gave KFC a very strong start over other brands. Second, it changed its food and restaurants a lot to perfectly fit Chinese tastes and culture, creating special local dishes. Third, KFC owned most of its stores through a special company called Yum China. This model helped it grow very fast and keep good quality everywhere. Fourth, KFC used a lot of new technology, like its popular app with millions of members, to connect easily with customers. Now, many people ask, was this success just good luck with timing? Or are KFC's smart business ways strong enough for the future? Even with more competition and a slower economy, KFC still opens many new stores every year and makes good money. It also keeps finding new ways to use technology, like AI for managing food supplies. This shows that its advantages are still very important and help it stay strong against new challenges. KFC's story truly teaches us how a global company can win in a new country. It shows that you need to truly understand and respect the local culture. KFC did not just bring American food. It made its brand feel like a part of China. Colonel Sanders became KFC Grandpa, a trusted and friendly face. This balance of being local and still being KFC is its real legacy. The company showed that adapting deeply to local culture, not just a little, is key to lasting success. What do you think? Will KFC stay #1 in China? Or will new challenges be too difficult for the Colonel's empire?
Hey there! Just a second before you go. If you learned something new today, please give this video a like, write your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to the channel. It only takes a second, and it really, really helps to create even better English videos for you. Your support means the world. Thank you.